Well, Disney, you've done it again. You screwed up another release from Fox Studios. Ugh, the tragedy of it all. Hi, my name is Charles, and today on my channel, I'm going to be talking about the new movie Nightmare Alley, which is the newest remake of the movie directed by Guillermo del Toro, starring Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, Mary Steenburgen, David Strathairn, who else? Ron Perlman, Richard Jenkins. The cast of this movie is insane, but the main four really are Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Cate Blanchett, and I guess you could say Toni Collette, but not really. I would say it's more like Bradley, Cate, and Rooney, but yeah. So as I said, Nightmare Alley is a remake of the 1947 movie Nightmare Alley, which is based off the book Nightmare Alley, and I recently watched the original Nightmare Alley this year to prepare for this movie, and when I watched that movie, I was just so entranced with what was going on, and I thought it was a really well done movie that I had such high expectations for this movie, and I think that is part of the reason why I wasn't feeling it as much as I thought I was going to. Guillermo del Toro said in an interview that he never even watched the 1947 version of Nightmare Alley in preparation for making this movie. He just read the book. And then, he used the things that he was interested with noir films and then, fused that all together to make this movie. And I can see that, but I just think that when it came to the adapting of the story, I feel like it might be more true to the book, but I feel like the 1947 version did it a lot better. There are elements to the story here, like the whole Mary Steenburgen and her husband segment, like that comes in the second half of the movie. I didn't think that was necessary. They didn't really build those characters up enough for me to care what happens to them, and that really sucks because I like Mary Steenburgen. I think she's good in the movie, but I just felt like it was like her character and her husband's character were there to serve a purpose, but it didn't feel like there was any emotional payoff because I didn't really care about those characters because there was no groundwork to care about those characters. All they did was serve as as a plot point for the main character and what he's done. But moments like that, I was like, okay. And also the star of the movie showing how, Bradley Cooper's Stanley Carlisle gets to the carnival. I thought, okay, sure, but in the original Stanley Carlisle, it's always shown that he's at the carnival. So I felt like they could have just started at the carnival as well and then flashed back if they wanted to show those earlier scenes to show how Stanley got there, but I don't know. I just felt like this movie was way too long for no reason. It's almost 2.5 hours, and the original movie is only an hour and 50 minutes, so the original is leaner and meaner in my opinion. The things that are more impressive in this version of the movie than the 1947 version are of course Guillermo del Toro's direction, because his direction in this movie is just amazing as always, and also the production design, because once again, Guillermo del Toro knows how to make a movie come to life, and the production design in this movie is just fantastic. So those two elements really tower over the original movie. When it comes to the acting in this movie, I think the acting across the board is great, but I do think that some people in the original did better than the people in this movie. I mean, Bradley Cooper is great as Stanley Carlisle, and I think the performance here that he gives is his second best behind A Star is Born, and I just gotta say, Rami Malek, that Oscar, you should return it because it belongs to Bradley Cooper. But anyway, I gotta say that Tyrone Power did Stanley Carlisle better. I just think that Tyrone Power had something about him that conveyed that he was charming and hot, but there was something lurking under the surface of all that, which is what the character needs. But Bradley Cooper, I feel like in the first half, he played it too nice. I wasn't getting enough of the shady element of him. They show at the start of the movie, that he burned a body in the house down. So that, implied that he was shady. But I don't think any of the actions he did, after that, until, the second half, showed that he was shady. So I just don't think that Guillermo adapted that part of the story well, or Bradley, conveyed enough well. So I think Tyrone Power should get more praise because he did the character better. And also, I love Cate Blanchett, and I liked her in this movie a lot, but she went for such obvious choices with Lilith when Helen Walker, who originally played Lilith, it was just, her performance wasn't as flashy and showy as what Kate's doing in this movie, But overall, like, I think she just got the character of Lilith better. Honestly, at the end of the day, the only two characters you need to care about when it comes to the story of this movie is Stanley Carlisle and also Lilith. Those two are the most dynamic. I mean, the character of Beth that Rooney Mara plays in this movie, like, they still couldn't do anything with her, and I get that she's supposed to represent like the niceness and all that, but I just was like, come on, give Rooney more to do. I gotta say, my favorite scene in the movie was when Bradley Cooper went to take a bath in Toni Collette's house, and then they showed like his upper butt, and I was like, yay! And then like when he was in the tub, Toni Collette was like giving him a hand job, and I was like, ooh, girl. And that's on period. You did that, girly. And then you could see like part of his like crotch, and I was like, see, this is way hotter and way more tasteful than Benedict Cumberbatch in Power of the Dog, because I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch was that hot. So that when that happened in that movie, I was like, okay. But in this movie, I was like, yes, Tony, get it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But yeah, I just gotta say real fast, Disney really sucks, because why would you release Nightmare Alley the same weekend that you release Spider-Man Far From Home? Because it never stood a chance. It looks like Nightmare Alley is only on track to make like 2 million for 3 days. That's so bad. That's so bad. And it basically plunges the movie into debt, and it really sucks how Disney basically has released Nightmare Alley and West Side Story and The French Dispatch and The Last Duel, and all those movies flopped. They flopped right out the gate. They didn't really do any work to promote it. They were just like, here you go. And it just sucks. It just sucks because it's just seeming like people aren't gonna watch these movies anymore. And then if studios see that, then no one's gonna want to make these movies, and it just sucks. The future of cinema right now is looking bleak, and it's scary. Anyways, the lighting is going bad now, so I'm gonna go. But my last thoughts are that this movie, even though it's not as good as the original, it's still pretty great, and you should see it in theaters. Support it, you guys, because we need to support Guillermo del Toro, and we need to support movies that aren't just big blockbuster superhero movies, because honestly, get some more movies in your guys' diet. Seriously. And also, as I said, the original is better than this movie, so watch the original because it's great, and Tyrone Power is amazing in that movie, and so is Helen Walker. So just watch that movie too. Anyways, you guys, tell me down below in the comments what you guys thought about this movie, and if you want to see what I wrote about the movie, you can go see my review on Letterboxd in the description below. And if you want to follow me while you're there, why not? Because I'm always watching a movie every day, and I'm always, writing a review, whether it be like serious or like just me like saying shit. So if that interests you, then, follow me on there. As I said, the lighting's getting pretty dark now, so I'm gonna go. So thank you for coming to my channel and watching this whole movie review. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. So yes. Bye.